Hey guys, welcome back. So this is my 1 year celebration of the video, and yeah, let's talk a little what you can expect, what happened, and reflecting on some things. And if you're new to this channel, hi, my name is James. I am making a channel for 600 today within 7 years. So if you don't know what that means, basically after 7 years I want to make 600 a day. It doesn't have to be net, it could be before tax. We don't know what's gonna happen, but basically the way I want to do it is to building stuff or selling stuff, usually digital, starting companies and selling companies, but everything that has to do with online, that is what I'm interested in to sell. So yeah, if you are interested in this channel, before we go into reflect, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you want to see me make it 607 years. And yeah, let's get into it. That's now. Here you can see it's a military plane coming over. We're close to the airport, so that's why. Yeah, so let's reflect. In a couple of weeks, what probably will be the day I will post this, will be the 1 year celebration. It's currently the 2nd of July, but it's probably something like 20th of July when I'm gonna post this. Yeah, I just want to thank all my subscribers. I almost have 200 subscribers. Maybe I already have 200 by the time at the end of the month. I'm very grateful, especially for the people that come in a live stream and come and chat and program and support me. And I just want to say that just showing up consistently, hopefully you can also do your stuff consistently, because that is what my channel is about. I'm also sharing my consistency at the same time that I'm sharing my journey. So that is the payback for you guys. Usually people make videos for other people or topics that they're interested in and the public likes, but really this is kind of a channel where I will show my progress, and maybe you will be interested in progress and maybe not, who knows. But actually you can see someone who either makes it or not. Now let's talk about that topic specifically. What are the odds that I'm going to make it? Well, that's very slim. Is there something close I can make? Probably, right? Making 200 a day, I don't think that's impossible. 300 a day, sure. 600 a day seems hard, especially in my country. If you're gonna look up the index that people inherit money and self-made when it comes to money, it seems like if I make this money and I'm still in this country where I'm currently sitting at, that means I'm in a top 0.1%. Well, that is very unusual, obviously, and people are working way harder than I do, are way smarter than I should say. But yeah, I also have dreams and also have a goal, and I just want to work on them, and I'm just gonna work on them regardless. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna say it's boring. I'm just gonna show up and do the work that I'm supposed to do. I'm not gonna be at a huge place of a huge ego. I'm just gonna show up and don't think about it too much. And yeah, it's the odds. Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about it. The odds that I will make it here is very slim. Now, why is that? The country where I'm currently living in is in Northern Europe. And in Northern Europe, it's more likely to get a high income job rather than a high income self-made, or maybe both. And the reason why that is because my country is very prone to people that are on salary, and they love that, and there are a couple of benefits of that. But the downside of this is that many companies don't want to make money here unless they get like subsidized by the country, right? So I give you a couple examples. So the first real estate that you want to start is actually having a kindergarten, like a nanny business, because it's almost 100% subsidized. Now, there's a whole big company that bought that and those kinds of stuff, but that is one example that you want to do here. Another example is actually having a specific home care where you can get a specific target of money from the government. Now, why I'm stating money from the government? Because that is the best business model to have currently in my country, and that is a strange idea. So let's talk a little bit about being on salary. Being on salary is indeed the best choice if you want to buy a house, start a family, and do all those stuff. But it's practically impossible at this day and age, and I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a wind. It's practically impossible to... Oh, there's so much wind. Let me walk a little because the wind is just coming here. It's practically impossible to retire at an early age, for example. Even with a high income job, it is very hard. Sorry for the coughing, guys. It's just the allergies. And one reason is that the higher you earn, the more tax you have to pay, which is in every country ever. But here, the tax is like 49%, 49.5% of your income when you earn a certain pay. Let's assume it's like 8,000 euros. Like you're completely scaled out in the IT, like a lead team developer, whatever that is, right? Or there are other things such as bonus. So let's assume you get overtime allowance. So overtime allowance basically means that it's also going to be taxed, and that tax is 39.5%. Also absolutely insane. The third thing is that not only you only have this, we have a pension that is progressive. So progressive means that the older you get, the more it's saved up by the employer getting those money. But you cannot live off that income. You need to buy a house to have decently kind of money to live at your old age, as now in 2025. So these reasonings give me enough motivation. I don't want to live that life. I'm very simple. I do not want it. Now, do I want to retire early? Not necessarily. I don't mind, but I definitely don't want to have this system around me. I have other dreams after the age of 50 years old. And not doing this until I'm 70 or something, because current age retirement here is 68.5, I think, and it's probably gonna go up by the time I'm that age, which is 20 years from now. Will be 72, 73 maybe. We'll see. I don't want to live that reality. I'm not gonna say that I have a bad reality or anything like that, Don't get me wrong. I have been dealt these cards, and many people would sign for this. Sure, please do that. And I don't have that dream, right? So now let's get into the second part, which I am going to do in the second part of the video. All right, welcome back. So now that I've mentioned all this, what do you want? Well, I specifically wrote down what I want, and I'm gonna go after it, and I'm not gonna look back. Now, there are a lot of variables Like people say, oh, you work hard and you will get it. No, that is not how it works, unfortunately. And how it does work is I need opportunity cost. And that opportunity, when it comes, I need to grab it and I shouldn't let go. And that's why I'm preparing. This is the channel for it. I know the opportunity will come, but will I be ready? Who will I meet? Who will send me back? Who will bring me forward? I'm not sure yet. And I have to be very careful of this. But yeah, I've set goals, and these are not the typical goals like digital nomads, having your laptop everywhere and, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. in Thailand and enjoy the rest of your day. Like that's not my thing. That's, so some people like this. I completely understand. Yeah, please do so. I don't have that dream. I also don't have a dream of buying a house, especially in my country. Now, people have various opinions about if it's an asset or, or depreciation, like a liquid, I'm not sure how you call it. I forgot these economical terms. Liability, yeah, liability. Now, I have not decided on this yet. That depends how you look at it. I think in this country, I think it's a liability in a sense of that you should never own your house, because if you do own your house and you pay off your house, you will pay tax on top of your house, which is, value. And this value, this wealth that you have, that will basically convert into your pay and pay tax. And this tax is twice as high by the time then when you bought your house. Now, back in the day, that wasn't necessarily a thing. Well, they were still doing this trick, right? Because it's a game of money. But imagine you have a 5K house and you need to pay 10% tax on that yearly. That is 50K, 50K of money on your on your fortune, right? Absolutely insane. If you need to pay that, if you paid off your house, that's like always paying rent. Why should you do that? Now, some people say, well, your house will still, increase in price and wealth. Yes, but your money is stuck, right? You cannot spend it. So I don't like that idea. And the third thing is that let's assume you save money. Some people say, oh, you just save money. Well, if I have saved more than 70K, something like that, then I need to pay 3% every year on that saving. It's called saving tax. So everything that you touch here is taxed. Even walking here is taxed. It doesn't look too good, right? But yeah. I don't want to live that kind of life. Once I paid off something, I don't want to pay it every year because of the tax system. I think that's absolutely ludicrous, absolutely crazy. I'm dumbfounded to know that this is a thing. So you have to play like a game of companies, and it's everywhere in the world. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to play this game. I do not. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a hard truth, because if I want to make 600 today, I kind of have to play this game. And I have specific ideas to do that. But for now, these ideas are not practical yet. It will take a while that these ideas will take into effect. So yeah, I will see you on part 3. Now it's getting dark, but we're gonna record a couple of segments here. So having this reasoning, having these thoughts, motivate me to do other stuff. I don't want to work for someone. You know, I'm a very stubborn person. I want to work on my own, right? And I think I can do it. And we just keep going and getting ready for opportunity cost, making myself ready for it, and hopefully I meet the right people, right? So let's get into the next part. So this is the first year, and let's reflect a bit on that. Basically, when I just started this channel, my goal was make 600 euro in 7 years. I don't know what, I don't know when, but becoming this first year, I realized more and more how hard it is to actually do that. And it's more about sales and marketing than actually the product. Now, there are a lot of guys flexing online, right? They say, till 10K and, made 2K a month while sleeping and those kinds of stuff, right? But the sales and marketing has to be right for that. And most people don't have this. Then you have like the drop shippers, like also flexing, which is also a shot 1 in a million unless you have branding going on, which is again, branding, marketing and sales. And they have matured, their stores have matured, which is a brand now, right? It's not drop shipping anymore. It's just a brand. It's just an e-commerce. It's just a company. And they don't say this, right? And you have the people with the stocks, like, hey, pips and Forex. And there's a lot of things going on learning that stuff. And yeah, the other stuff, there's basically so many people flexing, especially with the UGC marketing. But you can clearly see that the UGC marketing is not necessarily a pyramid scheme, but the way it operates it is, I would say it's a cold event. It's a free cold, right? But it's a cold operating stuff, my opinion, right? My perspective. And I don't want to do those things. And you have the SaaS builders, right? Oh, just create a SaaS as a software. And, there are many people that just built software as a service and they didn't succeed. And the reason why is not only because they are bad at marketing and sales, which is most of them. The product is just not popular, right? Once your product is popular, once your product is stable and matured, then you will make the money, right? And of course, there are many other elements that I haven't mentioned. So yeah, the goal is of this channel now, because we have been 1 year in, we have been learning good front end, we have been learning data structures and algorithms, we have been learning best practices with React, we have been struggling, we also have been learning a language, we have been learning cognitive biases and some things in between. And I must say that the last half year was pretty hard, because I am waiting for the opportunity cost for a job. So, sorry about that. And my dog is somewhere, downstairs. He will come to me eventually. And yeah, I have to wait to the opportunity cost, guys. I'm ready, but the opportunity is not there because of the market. Now, I just mentioned like, hey, why get a job? You said you're gonna be on your own. Well, I need to switch job in order to have a decent pay. And when I have a decent pay, then basically that means that I will be more in a stable position to actually find these things out, like learning marketing, learning sales. Those kinds of stuff are very important, right? Like my dog is here somewhere. And these specific things, I want to learn them, but I realize I might as well go full stack development right now because I might not have the opportunity later, and it's very vital to do that stuff because maybe I want to make apps later, right? Maybe I want to make a SaaS later. Maybe I want to do some web scraping. We don't know. We don't know yet. And the only thing that I know is that I want to be self-reliant. That is the most important part, and I will work for that. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's pretty dark now outside, so I'm gonna round this video off. I'm not sure what's gonna happen. And one thing I do know, I do not want to stay in this system. It's not a bad system if you like stability in the sense of like just having a job, just those kinds of stuff. By all means, please do this. It's the best. One of the best country if you don't want to earn a lot of money, but you do want to be stable, have a family, and have something to eat. Yeah, it's great, right? Because my country has been flooded by people that do not have money, and that means instability in the country. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't, right? Like, and by all means, I would do the same. But at the same time, I am also competing not only with people from my country, I'm also competing not only outside of my country, but everything in between. And that's why it's incredibly hard to do something. All right, he's coming here. And I don't want to have these issues. I don't want to have these issues eventually. So that is something we're gonna work on. It's getting pretty dark now, so I'm gonna round this video off. And maybe we're gonna extend this video with another episode for another day. But basically, I want to say we need to wait for the job opportunity. Then we're gonna work on the marketing and sales, and then we're gonna develop the product. We're gonna probably do that at the same time. Sometimes things takes time, right? That's also a thing. 7 years, it might seem long, but it's very short. And yeah, we'll see what will happen. All right, I'm gonna round this video off, guys. I just want to thank everyone being here. It's been a wild journey the first year. Let's see if I can make it also for the second year. All right, talk to you soon.